Now, while some Nigerians, like the governors of Ekiti and Benue states, have commended the president for refusing to give assent to the bill, others are criticizing the president and accusing him of not being a true Democrat and progressive. Joining me now via Zoom for more on this is politician and political analyst Ayodele Adewale. Good morning. Compliments of the season and thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
I recall the last time we had a conversation, you were very, very confident that the president was going to assent to this bill, being a beneficiary of the direct primaries, but we are seeing otherwise.
Yes, I did say so, and I had a bet with you that if I win, you're going to write it 10,000 words, so I'm going to write it for you, as the case is. But it is not yet over. The president have only expressed his opinion. As the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, after due consultation, he has a responsibility to hear his own opinion on the matter. But the representative of the people is still the National Assembly, and they are still going to sit down to make sure that the right thing is done. I mean, the National Assembly has the right to make laws as provided in the Nigerian Constitution, and they have brought out a draft law that will suit the Nigerian people and make everything appropriate. The president came up with an excuse on security matters. Now,
excuse?
Take for example,
you think it's an excuse? Isn't it a valid opinion? It is not. It is from his own perspective. From his own perspective, it is. But look at it from another perspective. Take, for instance, all the political parties agree to go on direct primaries. Will the excuse of the president suffice as it concerns to security matters? I think what we need to do is challenge the security architecture, challenge the security operative of this country to be more apt and be more dutiful in carrying out their responsibilities. So I think that excuse does not come to bear. Now, you said that it was his opinion and that it is not yet over. But there are those who believe that this was an opportunity for the president to write his name in gold on the annals of history.
Well, it's an opportunity for him, but he must also remember that he has advisors. And his advisors can never be right at all times. There are many times when they are wrong. Even there was a time just about a month or 2 months ago when the National Assembly was wrong. They had to recalibrate their actions and took dressing and came up again with another thing that suits the general opinion, the general consensus of Nigerian people. So as this case is, I want to say that the advisors of the president are not truly right, coming up with an excuse on security matters. And I think that it is a challenge on the president and the presidency to work on that excuse to make sure that everything is put in place to create a perfect system for the people to come out and demonstrate their sovereignty to take part in this process. And we do not hope that such excuse will also take center stage when the 2023 election come to bear. Because if we are holding it on the fact that some people are likely to disturb the process, then it means that the 2023 election might not see the day. So what is opined on them is for them to go back to the Nigerian security architecture, make sure that all the loopholes are blocked, all the T's are crossed, all the I's are dotted for us to have a seamless primaries election in every political party, where every member of such parties will take and will be active to elect their representative, and that will gravitate us to the general elections, where we will see a free, fair, and peaceful election in Nigeria.
Now, security was not the only reason he gave. He said that the high cost of conducting primaries is also a major challenge. And I wonder what you make of that. Is that also an
Well,
excuse?
I consider it as an excuse also, because science and technology have shown us that we can cut costs if we deploy it to our daily activity. I do not understand what they mean by high cost, whereby a simple device can lower the cost by 90% of whatever that is required. You understand? I have demonstrated it for you at your studio the last time I was there, that this cost can actually be brought down if we bring in technologies to that. Somebody was just talking about COVID-19 monitoring in China, where the Chinese people have deployed technology to monitor that huge population. Apart from India, China is the most populated country in this world. So if China could deploy technology to monitor COVID-19, activities and monitor their people in order to achieve a zero COVID-19 presence in their country, I wonder why Nigeria cannot do the same. So it just means that we have to think out of the box and put the right peg in right holes.
But as some will say, ours is not a tech-savvy environment. We saw what happened during the introduction of the beavers at the Anambra election, though there's some other measures came up at the end of the day. And so that perhaps we should look at the spirit of what the president is looking at than just the statement he's making.
Madam, please don't join them in that narrative or that thinking.
I am not joining them. I'm just giving you their reasoning.
Yeah. Okay, good. Their reason does not suffice. As Nigeria is today, we are very tech savvy. Take it or leave it. We are very, very much tech savvy. What is required is the political will to make sure that we have mass deployment of these technologies amongst our communities. If today the banks have adequate data to capture all of their customers, to the extent that even the central bank has deployed e-notes, e-naira, they have deployed e-naira, you understand, in order to curtail the enormous cost of printing the naira notes. The banks now, with your phones, you can do multi-million naira transactions with your phones. Are you saying that we are not tech savvy? But when it comes to electoral matters, we say we are not tech savvy. We are not being truthful to ourselves. I am telling you that these things are very possible, and the technology abounds among Nigerians and within the Nigerian state. So whoever that have advised the president in that likewise is not doing good service to the Nigerian state.
How about the talk about marginalization of small political parties? Is that also an excuse?
In fact, that is why things like this will help those small political parties. It will allow more people to come into their space and, of course, take part. The more you allow people to take part in political activities, it gives more credence and legitimacy to those political parties, and people around them will see what they are doing, and they will choose which political parties to join or not. But the more you skew activities of political parties, the more you make it look secretive, the more it endangers the existence of such political parties.
Now, where does this now leave the electoral reforms that a lot of Nigerians were looking forward to? What do you see happening?
It is becoming more interesting. You know, there was a time in this country when a head of state came out with two political parties for this country. He took Chief Gani Fawemi of blessed memories to go to the judiciary, approached it, and fought that battle. And today we have more political parties. For me, it's very interesting. It's becoming very historic to see the part that everyone and all is playing for the generation yet unborn to come and read and study and put everybody appropriately into historical lines. The National Assembly have the right to do what is needful now. I believe that is what the president might be doing, to throw back the ping-pong ball to the National Assembly to, of course, do what is right, what is needful for the Nigerian people. Let them debate on it, but I want to be very, very sure that the National Assembly will pass that bill into law. they have the right, they have the power, they have the legitimacy constitutionally to do that.
As according to the reports that we are getting, some of them are gathering signatures, and they have over 73 already. So you believe that they are going to veto on this decision?
That's the beauty of democracy. That's the beauty of democracy. Like minds will come aligned. They will align, definitely, regardless of political bends, which is something that the Nigerian people want. You and I want to take part. And when I say you and I mean all Nigerians, majority of Nigerians want to take part in electing who governs us, who leads us, and who takes us to the greater level.
All right. We'll keep our fingers crossed to see what happens at the end of the day. Thank you so much, a politician and political analyst, Ayodele Adewale, for your time on the program.
Thank you for having me.